And we're back, and thank you for rejoining us here on the stream. It looks like no major changes for position, but it was a retirement, a late call to the pits for Shane, and into the pits. He's gone for soft tyres that we saw just before we went and had a problem with the stream. It's early days in the game maturity, and this is to be expected. Panda has passed Top Gun just a moment ago. And thanks to Yako, this is the new stream. Confirm, yes, you're with us. It's lap 9 of 36. This is the way back in, and welcome if you're joining us back again. Thank you so much for going to all the effort. I know it's been a difficult one tonight. Top Gun then half a second behind Panda. So Hamrick on the tail of J-Boy as well, further back down the grid. Let's see if Sir Hamrick is tempted to have a go or not. His teammate spun and was then clattered into by Martin, who may, having now just pitted, may have had to inadvertently put a new front wing on. It was a blind entry to the pit lane, really dangerous entry, and a driver's going slow on the right hand side of the circuit at the apex of the corner. How that design ever passed muster, I will never know. Esotronic retires, and that means we've got a yellow flag all across the circuit. Esotronic out of the race, and I think he is out of the race. Further back in the order is that we're about to come across his car, and he's on track, unable to restart at this stage. So let's see if we can get away without a safety car. It is Sergeant Panda then who has dropped back. I think we may have a VSC in operation. That looks like the drivers are driving to a Delta at the moment, but it's not on my screen. So I think this might be a full course yellow VSC situation, given the gaps and the pace that the drivers are going at. So we will wait to see if a safety car is called. I think the safety car has been called. I think that is the yellow icon on track, and we should now see some pit stops, some last minute pit stops being called here by the drivers. That's Sir Hamrick on his way in, almost hitting the Aston Martin, who is slow into the pit lane, and Panda has passed Burn It Down, who is now pitted from the lead, putting hard tyres on, thinking now that there could well be a good gap here to put the hard tyres and just pit the once on the remainder of the game. Just waiting now. This full safety car. It hasn't been announced on screen as we are used to, but there it is, obviously in front of the two Mercedes boys, Panda and J-Boy, who have not pitted but started on the hard tyre. It's not really time. No game sound. Thank you so much, Wesley. It comes back if I press pause and unpause. So there you go. You've got your game sound. Hopefully you got my voice as well, which is great. So thank you so much for that. So haven't missed much, guys. We saw Esotronic retire on this stream. We saw Shane crash on his way into the pits on the previous stream and be hit by Martin, who put medium tyres on, but most of the rest of the field on brand new tyres. Burn It Down in third on new hard tyres versus the 10-lap-old hard tyres. Make that 11 laps shortly behind the Mercedes pair, who opted not to pit, interestingly, on that safety car. So I don't think mediums will successfully make the end of this race. That's why the drivers have put hard tyres on. Salzmeister has gone for mediums. So we will wait for the whole field to catch up. Waiting now for the safety car to come in. Should come in at the end of this lap. Bunyiz is here speaking Afrikaans, so unfortunately I can't. If there's a translator in the chat, please let me know what Bunyiz is up to. Yeah, unfortunately, my linguistic abilities do not stretch to Afrikaans. Safety car will come in this lap, so we will get back racing for you with the remaining 2/3 of the race. We have Bertz, who opted not to pit either. He might be trying to run a medium hard or a medium soft strategy. This will help him if that is his plan. So watch out for Bertz here on the different strategy to the remainder of the field. If he does go medium soft, he'll be in a great place. So the Mercedes boys restart the race. Sergeant Panda some distance away from J-Boy. That is a nice safe restart for the boys at Full Throttle's Division 2. Burn It Down also nice and safely away, and the car screamed through turn 1 relatively safely. Nobody pushing too hard, but Cowboy in 12th now on the new hard tyres and making up places. The Aston Martin pairing swapping around, the McLaren and Martin getting through as well. Really, the Martin should drive for Aston Martin to just avoid confusion here. But Sir Hamrick snuck through there on AP Marg's slower medium tyres that have been fitted since the start of the race. So going backwards, as did Bertz, being pounced on by new tyre wearing Top Gun on that lap, as well as AP Marg dropping back as he tries to generate some heat in those medium tyres and make this strategy work for him. There you can see him falling back down the field as well as we speak. Really struggling to get the tyres working for him. I didn't think the new hards would heat up this quickly, but Burn It Down hungry to get his lead back again as he gets tucked up underneath the rear wing of J-Boy, waiting of course for the DRS to be unlocked once again. We've had a temporary yellow flag. That is, I think that's Stoffel at the rear of the field, struggling through the final corner. Got possibly a move going on. Martin just passing Bertz as well. So Martin up into P5, showing some good speed for the McLaren team on 5-lap-old mediums. He stopped as a result, I imagine, of damage. Not according to plan, but he's moving forward as Cowboy's dropping down. Cowboy with an issue and dropping down into the penultimate place on the race, P14 at the moment. Botta also losing out to Ron, and that is Top Gun off circuit and missing a front wing, looking to make a safe rejoin in the gap that he can find. There he goes. Well done, Top Gun, but unfortunately that is a missing front wing. That is a full course yellow once again, and we go for another safety car. That was debris on the circuit, so the safety car will be called again. Will this change the approach then for Bertz? Potentially. Maybe Martin as well will go for the hard tyres, but into the pits come the Mercedes boys, having not stopped the first time round, and looking to get just slightly less than 2/3 distance out of the remainder of the race. Bertz into the pits, so did Panda and J-Boy, also AP Marg into the pits as well. That should be everybody on new or nearly new hard tyres, I think, for the remainder of the race, unless they started on hards, in which case they have to go onto the medium tyres. So there we have it. Just Martin, Salzmeister, Botta, Panda and J-Boy on mediums for the remainder of this race. Unfortunately, looks like Top Gun has fallen foul of a last-minute pit stop decision and has put intermediate tyres on. Unless he can see something I can't in terms of rain coming already, he's gambling here for potential rain very early on. Could be a mistake, or it could be a gamble. There's a lot of blue sky around on the circuit at the moment, so I don't see any signs of weather rolling in. So pit stop then, is that for Stoffel gaining places before then losing places, I'm sure, in the pits. Interesting. He fancies medium tyres for the end of the race as well. Field is all condensed and we'll be back racing, I'm sure, for you very soon. Shannon says McLaren 1 and 2, let's go. It's a good way to start the season, isn't it? Yeah, lots of tyre warming going on, so I think the majority of the field will be pitted to the end. Stoffel has put old mediums on. That again might be an error. So Top Gun has gone on to his older hard tyres after using the intermediates momentarily. Again, a bit of a surprise to see that, but it wasn't deliberate. He wasn't banking on the change of weather coming before the restart. Stoffel and Top Gun on old tyres, so the game tells me anyway. And we go away we go green flag racing once again then. So Hamrick right on the cusp of the top two McLarens as well, and a nice launch from Sir Hamrick, who will get a slipstream all the way down towards turn 3. Martin defending on the inside, opens the door for a potential move from Hamrick, who goes right round the outside. Will he go all the way round the outside as I think Martin was stopped on the inside, and he spins. Martin spins, whether by contact or otherwise, and that looks like a retirement on track. That is a crash, front corner gone from the car. I don't know that there was contact. Hamrick was going all the way around the outside of the car, perhaps Martin trying to defend against the switchback with stopping on the apex, but Sir Hamrick right up ahead. Thankfully it looks like we're too soon after the first safety car to call another one, and that promotes Avalak and Shane up to 3rd and 4th. Bernard Down still in the lead though of this race once again, and that takes out one of the popular McLarens, unfortunately. I don't know if anyone else in the live chat saw that differently, but it looked like there wasn't actually contact, just that Martin struggled for traction on the inside exit of the corner of turn 3. But Sir Hamrick now hot on the heels of the McLaren of Bernard Down. And we passed the halfway point of the tonight's racing. It doesn't feel like it, does it? It feels like we've been racing for hours already, thanks to all the stoppages. But we're down to 14 drivers now. Shane right on the bubble as Salzmeister also defending from the McLaren of Panda, who stamps on the brakes super late, outbrakes himself slightly, but that's how you send it. What a dive bomb that was from Panda. Beautiful move up to P5 now, and got the move done past. Josh says it was a clean move. He spun on traction. That's how I saw it first look, but you guys have got the option to rewind the stream and watch it again. I can't do that. I've got to follow the live action as Panda goes for a second move on in as many laps. Down the inside, trying through turn 9. That's a very dangerous place to make a move. Perhaps better off waiting now as DRS is re-enabled, and it's Panda versus Salzmeister getting underneath the car into turn 1. Not the best place to make an overtake, and in fact doesn't manage it cleanly. Clatters over the curb, and Salzmeister gets the place back. Salzmeister with the DRS down this straight, but Panda can tuck in and try and get him. He's super late on the brakes. His Panda needs to avoid that too often, because he's going to shred those medium tyres. He's going to try to make last the whole of the rest of the race, but it is Sergeant Panda then, 0.4 of a second, looking the man most likely. Again late on the brakes and late to the apex of the turn 4 and 5. So consolidating his gains so far, but needing to dial it back in a little bit, because looking hyper aggressive. Another double yellow. That's a Mercedes going wrong. That must be J-Boy and a Williams off the circuit between turns 6 and 8. Both cars having problems. Both cars restarting as quickly as they can. Look to be back onto something approaching race pace, but it's Burn It Down, Sir Hamrick and Avalak. Then this battle of Salzmeister, Panda and Shane continues again. Oh dear, that looked like contact between Panda and Shane. That looked like Panda way too late on the brakes once again. Didn't get a contact penalty there because they weren't on throttle maybe, but Shane nerfed in the back, held the car pretty well. Sorry, yes, and Salzmeister now down into P7, dropping behind Botta. So it's not working great, but Botta spins as well on the way out of turn 6. Everyone's spinning tonight. It's a voyage into the unknown with these tyres, with this track condition, new game mechanics. You have to forgive them for these frequent issues. It's to be expected. Certainly makes for an exciting race. Lap 21 then. Burn It Down's lead is 1.9 seconds. Not quite as easy, I think, as he was hoping after qualifying. Did I say Bottas? Sorry, I'm saying Botta, but have I said it wrong? Sorry, guys. So Shane down towards Panda this time. Shane a little bit better on the brakes than Panda has been. Should be a good battle to keep watching. Shane with the DRS working well there for him. Looks like Ron attacking Cowboy as well. Can't quite get by, but I'm kind of hooked on this battle between Shane and Panda for obvious reasons. I'm not quite sure how Panda held onto that front wing after contact with Salzmeister. But suddenly Shane slowing, and that is Shane spinning as well. Shane spins on the approach to the pit lane. I think he's in two minds whether to try and power turn round and get into the pit lane or wait for a safe spot to rejoin. He's waiting. He's on 10 lap old hard tyres. Are they already fading, or is that just finger trouble? I wonder. Ron in P7, certainly getting Bunty's impressed at the moment, and Top Gun back on track here. So yeah, a good line from Bunty is saying Kung Fu Panda with the move already today. He's actually catching Avalak now, so might be worth Avalak just checking out his mirrors soon. Top Gun in the battle here for 12th place against Stoffel. Stoffel late on the brakes, missed the apex. That'll help Top Gun no end this time. Down the straight between turns 3 and 4. Not close enough to make a move though this time out, unfortunately. So we'll run up the field towards the battle for the second place. Avalak second, Panda third, Burn It Down in 4th place. Must have gone off track to lose out the lead to Sir Hamrick. So Burn It Down with an issue clearly on that previous lap and losing track. So it looks like even our McLaren leader had a problem. His teammate spun and knocked a corner off the wheel in battling with Hamrick. To be debated after the race, I'm sure. Has got chat. So Hamrick has now a lead of 3.8 seconds. Just to put into perspective just how much time Burn It Down lost on that previous lap. Here comes the DRS then, and a little bit of weaving started by Avalak and Panda, and Burn It Down following. Burn It Down should have great traction here. Look at the grip he's got. Panda with great traction with the medium tyres versus the hards. This is Panda. We know he's late on the brakes. Avalak needs to not be braking in the same line as Panda for these corners. Panda waiting now for this final DRS opportunity on the lap. I think this will be a lunge to the inside. No, not quite. Can't quite get the job done. The straight between turn 3 and 4. But look at the traction he got out of the corner. They go side by side into turn 6. Panda trying to hold his ground. So is Avalak, who knows if he can run around the outside, he can get the inside line through turn 8. They just about get past, and Sergeant Panda with a beautiful move on the outside in turn 8, and expert driving from both drivers. Well done to both of them for that one. Top draw stuff, and Panda gets past cleanly this time. Burning It Down though right behind Avalak, and you don't want to knock the league owner off a potential podium, do you? So Burn It Down 0.4 of a second behind Avalak now, but they've both got DRS on the back of Panda and are catching. This is a fairer fight, hard tyres on each. Avalak and Burn It Down both on the hards, and Avalak spins, and another turn 3 spin, trying to get back on it, and that's just helped Burn It Down no end. He can try and now get back on the top step of the podium from where he was earlier. We've got 11 laps to go. Yet another spin on the track, and it's left, right and centre the spinners tonight, unfortunately. So I don't think anybody is guaranteed to finish where they are right now. This is frantic stuff. So Burtz is closing on the back of Ron for P6. Let's have a quick check on how they've done through the race, shall we? Ron up 7 places, AP Marg and Salzmeister up 6 each, but it has been a topsy-turvy battle. Salzmeister also up 6, so some good performances on track, some consistent racing from those guys. I think was the innocent party in his spin. May have suffered rear wing or floor damage as a result. Here comes Burtz then, trying to get the job done on Ron. Just needs to focus on his exits from the slow corners. Try and make it work. Patience again on the way into turn 3. Not going for a 50-50 move. There's a 5-second penalty on the board for speeding in the pit lane to Shane, unfortunately. Again, easily done on this track. Let's have a check on penalties as well. So 8 seconds on Burt. So this battle probably won't see him stay near Ron at the end of the race. 5 each for Cowboy and Shane. Everybody else on a 3-second penalty. Butter has managed to catch towards the back of Burtz, so it's going to be an interesting season with Butter and Burtz, isn't it? I'm sure I'm going to get those mixed up at various times. So a bit of a DRS train, as Stoffel is also on the tail of Top Gun, about half a lap behind these guys. No change at the front. It's still Hamrick, Panda and Burn It Down. Salzmeister 7 seconds behind the podium at this early stage with an extra penalty on the car. Here comes Top Gun then versus Stoffel. Stoffel catching in the Aston Martin. Rear wing open. Going for the move. Will he do it? Tries to use the middle of the road line. Should leave him good, and that's a that should make it very easy. That late break missed the apex from, or was that deliberate to give up the DRS possibly? I don't think it quite works. Stoffel gets the move done, does he, into turn 4, make that 5, gets the overlap, and will progress on up the field. So job done for Stoffel into the top 10 with his teammate some 13 seconds ahead of him. But penalties on both cars here equal penalties, Stoffel and Top Gun. Back up towards the bigger points. It's Butts still against Ron ahead with Botta behind him. Oh, that was very, very tight there between Botta and Butts. Botta trying to get the job done. Shane has retired from the session in the pits, which is good to see. Very sporting of him. It's lap 28 of 36. This middle stint of the race has flown by. Cowboy's gone on to soft tyres to see out the end of the race, I think. Go for fastest lap, potentially. I was expecting to see Burn It Down catch Panda much quicker than he has done, but he's on the different tyres. Here comes Butts down the inside of Ron. Doesn't quite make it. That's going to upset his balance on the way out of the next corner, and that's the AI of Shane retiring after he's exited the pits. That's a Williams. Oh, he didn't need that from Botta, did Butts? And in fact, Karma strikes Botta. He sort of ran Butts out of the racetrack and ended up spinning as a result. So it's a little bit of karma moment maybe for Botta. Let me know what you think in the chat. Was that just desserts for putting the squeeze on the driver recovering on the circuit? Yeah, that was very, very difficult. So it's Stoffel versus Top Gun again, the closest battle on the field. And lap 30, it's Hamrick, Panda, Burn It Down, Salzmeister, Avalak, Ron and Butts with AP Marg and Botta behind a long way back before this battle for the top 10 between Top Gun and Stoffel. Sadly, we lost Shane recently, Martin and Esitronic as well. But to still have 13 drivers in the race after 30 laps is a very good showing. Very few orange t-shirts in the crowd been coded into the grandstands. And Jet says, come on Hamrick, keep the lead. We've lost, we've had big problems for one half of most of the teams, haven't we? With AlphaTauri first and retired, Mercedes second and 11th, then McLaren third and retired. It's a real mix. So no one's going to be taking massive lead in the Constructors' Championship after this first race. I could have sworn sometimes that Williams of Top Gun looks like it's got the rear wing open. Maybe it's just the sponsor name or the team name on the rear wing that makes it look like it's open, but sometimes it really looks like it. Anyway, Stoffel continues to chase, and now Panda is right on the rear wing of the leader this race. Remember, medium tyres here. He needs to strike while he's got the performance difference. And here we go, as Josh reminds me, just as we were there, and as Simps does as well. So thanks a lot, guys. I did just spot it in time. Medium tyres then on the second place driver. The top three have yet to pick up a penalty, and this could bring Burn It Down back into the action, as certainly Hamrick's pace might have been slowing there as the hard tyres age. 20 laps for both Hamrick and Burn It Down, having stopped on the first safety car. Sergeant Panda on the second safety car for mediums. Got to wonder whether those mediums will last the remaining 4 laps at this speed. And here we go then. This is for the lead of the race. It's pretty easy for Panda as he gets on the brakes. He manages to stop the car, gets the apex and the exit curb, all perfect. And Panda into the lead of the race then on lap 32. And now we'll see what kind of performance he's got in hand. So Hamrick, has he been saving anything for the end of the race? Let's have a quick sneaky look at telemetry. Panda with 16%. So Hamrick with 13, and Burn It Down with more than anybody, double what the rest of the drivers have got at this stage. of the race. Shocker says burn it down P2 and the lead wouldn't be realistic. Well, it depends on Panda's tyres, whether Panda's tyres will make it to the end of the race. He has been treating them pretty harshly, even if some drivers can make mediums get to the end. But Hamrick is not letting Panda get away through the second and third sectors of that lap. So he's going to try and use DRS to stay in range. It might be better to be the hunter rather than the hunted on the final lap. We've got 3 to go now as they come up to lap the Aston Martin here, presumably of Stoffel. And Sir Hamrick missing the apex, getting a little bit caught up. And Shellin says burn it down for the win. So I did ask for your predictions during the formation lap, guys. This is really late to the party with predictions. It's kind of a bit easy now. Got a 33% chance of getting the winner right. But still no penalties on these top 3. That could really be a problem, as we saw Burn It Down running wide between turn 6 and 7, where you will get a penalty if you do that too often. Through turns 9 and 10 we go then to finish lap 33. Looks like the Aston Martin is on soft tyres and getting away from the potential ignominy of being lapped. And Burn It Down just making sure that Hamrick has spotted him in his mirrors. Hamrick will be looking forwards rather than backwards, I think, at this stage, trying to stay within that DRS zone as he gets the gap down to just over half a second through into turn 3. And again then down to just under 4 tenths temporarily under braking for turn 4 and 5. Still lots of pressure on Panda as he's trying to make these medium tyres last. So 2 laps to go. 2 complete laps to go for these 3 drivers. Who will it be? Panda, Hamrick or Burn It Down? They've got 12 seconds plus a penalty of a gap to the P4. Stoffel gets the new fastest lap of 6.8, but these 3 are not worried about that on their current tyre life. You can see straight away what those look like. So 20 laps now for the medium tyres. Will they drop off a cliff or will Panda hold on? Just about a lap and a half to go now. It really is anyone's. Panda not able to get away here from Hamrick and Burn It Down, but we know Panda's good on the brakes. We know he's alive to the grip that's available all over the circuit and different approaches to the corner. He's been everywhere, passing other drivers. I think you'll count it pretty lucky that he kept his front wing on earlier on with Salzmeister, but Burn It Down just losing slightly in that sector 2. So Hamrick can breathe a bit easier, and Hamrick closing right up now, 1/4 of a second behind Sergeant Panda. So watch the telemetry, 40% on the car and 60% on Burn It Down's behind. This is it. This is where you spend it or you rue missed opportunities. Here comes... You're kidding me.